Hello and welcome to FiveJay Gaming. I'm FiveJay, and today we're playing yet another game donated to us by Injured Gamer 1985. I say us, it's just me. This game itself was originally donated by Injured Gamer, but this time he's donated some DLC. So apparently it's a separate mode in here. There it is, the Guardian Trials. So seems to be some sort of challenge mode, kind of like how Breath of the Wild got the Master Trials. This seems to be Super Lucky Tales' version of Master Trials, so we'll see if it's any good. It is warm in here. I'm going to turn this fan on. It's so much easier to move around in this setup than my old setup. We got a bunch of folks already in here waiting and chatting away. The GameCube came by earlier to say hi, but then took off. Hi and bye, GameCube. Chelsea's here. What's up, Chelsea? Thank you for coming again. You seem to hear him like every stream, so thank you for that. MealeeMan14's here. Hey, dude. He says, sup, and then, whoa, 1.2 thousand subs? Yeah, last time you were here, it was that many too, so you just, you missed it, I guess. Aiden McFarland is here and says, hey, what's up, Aiden? How you doing? MealeeMan says, tomorrow is my last day of school in 7th grade. Nice, nice. Wow, congrats being done 7th grade. That's a big one. So, 8th grade. Is that on to high school then? Or is that the end of middle school? I forget the divisions there. IG's here. What's up, dude? He says it's 83 degrees. It's warm. It's not super hot, but I'd prefer it to be more around 75 personally, maybe 70. So, a little bit warm. Jamie Payetta's here. What's up, dude? Hey, thanks for coming at not the last minute. Just recently you seem to have been coming right near the end, so good to see you a little earlier on. Okay, let's take a look-see here. See what these Guardian Trials are all about. Super Lucky's Tale, if you guys didn't know, is a 3D platforming game. Yeah, I enjoyed the game. I didn't complete it, but I did have a stream of the game when it was first donated to me. Again, thank you, Injured Gamer 1985. And it's getting DLC. I think this was just recently released, so that's cool. Support for it. Aiden says 9th grade is freshman year. Okay, yeah, I thought I might be 1 year off there. So you get to be king of middle school then. Training day.
It's the day all Guardians challenge their skills against insurmountable odds.
I guess I'm a Guardian? I thought I was facing Guardians.
I've hired Brett, whose girth and grace will challenge Lucky's nimbleness.
Ah, he's got little robot hairs. Ugh.
Anne is a total brainiac with devious puzzles to solve. Finally,
Her eyes were crossed. It doesn't inspire confidence in the intellect there. I love that this Macho Man Randy Savage there. Get ready for the ultimate challenge, Super Lucky. It's my best Macho Man Randy Savage. If you've never seen Macho Man Randy Savage, go quick jump on YouTube. Hey, where most of you already are, and go look up real quick Macho Man Randy Savage, and you'll see what he talks like. It's pretty distinct. Oh, yeah, that's right. My sister. That's right. Foxington. I get it, because he's a fox. The clover you're looking for is in another castle. Yes! Make all the Mario references. I'm cool with it. I always wondered with double jumps, what are they jumping on? He makes a puff in the air. It's like he's standing on an invisible cloud. The Macho Man, Randy Savage. That was not as good as the first time. Do you have the grit, the moxie, the sheer audacity to tackle my challenges? I'm getting worse. I'm just going to stop. But yeah, that's clearly Macho Man Randy Savage right there. Jamie says, haha, I decided to catch more than the last 30 seconds today. Good, good. You see, we want you here for more than 30 seconds. Mad the Bam's back. What's up, Mad the Bam? Justice says, what system is this on? This is Xbox One. That hiccuped a smidge there, didn't it? I think the challenge is over there, but we're going to get all these fox coins beforehand, because... Oh, look at his weight bench. Looks like he probably benches a lot of weight. The Fluffle Shuffle. Oh, man. Platformers always have the best wordplay for their levels. Gotta get back in time. Oh, my goodness! That's a Huey Lewis in the News song. Huey Lewis in the News made 2 songs for Back to the Future. 1, The Power of Love, which was featured prominently in the movie. And 2, Back in Time, which was played during the end credits. Mathman says, what do you think of the new Intellivision console? Is it a flashback? I'm not sure. Jim Pyatt says, Game Boy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is clearly Game Boy. Aiden says, I love how a couple streams ago I said how if Mega Man 11 had voice acting, it would have been have to be the best in the series. Like a day later, Mega Man 11 gets a trailer with the best Mega Man voices I've heard. Well, yeah, they couldn't screw it up that time. They've got decades of experience, because when Mega Man 8 came out, games were just cheesy, and it didn't matter. But since then, games have gotten less cheesy, and it does matter. And they've realized that. So yeah, I had full confidence they were going to have proper voiceover this time. And wouldn't you know it, Mega Man doesn't sound like a 3-year-old singing at the highest possible pitch that she can muster. That's just such an insanely high voice in Mega Man 8. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what the trial is, because I didn't read what I probably should have read. There, okay. He's going to tell me more now that we're here. But yes, that was cool. And the new trailer finally sold me. It looks like it's going to be a good game. Of course, I was going to buy it regardless. It could have been a garbage game. Be like, it's Mega Man, I'm buying it. But it's good, it's good. Matt the Bam says, I was thinking of you when I saw the trailer. Ah, good. Actually, I went to GameStop to pre-order Mega Man 11 Amiibo Edition, because I need that Amiibo, for sure. And it was supposed to be available on GameStop.com, but I could not get the page to load, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to secure this right now. Jamie says, Back in Time is a smoking hot tune. Yes, I love it. It's so good. Chelsea says, what do you think about the new Pokemon games Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu? I think it'll be a lot of fun. They look great, and I can't wait to have a Pokeball controller. It's going to be sweet. I might actually throw it, though, at the Switch, so I'm going to have to be careful about that. Matt Van says, it's a whole brand new console. Intellivision? I mean, obviously I've heard of it, the Atari one, but I haven't heard about the new Intellivision. Who even made it Intellivision again? It's not Magnavox, it's not Fairchild. It's obviously not Atari. Who made the Intellivision? All I remember is the name of the console. I don't even remember who made it. Aiden says, and Light doesn't sound like Elmer Fudd. Oh my goodness. Yes, Dr. Light. Man, I don't know who was making those decisions in the 90s, but they clearly didn't care. They clearly did not care. Buttons and Fluffy Round 2. Let's see if you can take down those 2 numbskulls again with a twist. Did I do the second one instead of the first one? Probably. So I'm taking on a metallic cat. Was I supposed to hit her, or do we have some other method of defeating? Perhaps that? Nope. I'm so excited, though, that Mega Man is finally getting some respect and attention after so many years of him being almost completely ignored. So now, Mega Man belongs on Nintendo. Not only did the first 6 games start there, as did the first 3 Mega Man X games, but also they had 2 exclusive series on Nintendo platforms. No, 3 exclusive series on Nintendo. 4, now that I think of it. Oh my goodness. There were 4 exclusive Nintendo Mega Man series. There was Mega Man Zero, Mega Man ZX, Mega Man Battle Network, and Mega Man Star Force. So all of those... Oops. My bad. All of those were exclusive to Nintendo platforms. And meanwhile, there was no exclusive to any other platform. So Mega Man belongs on Nintendo. So now we're getting all 10 Mega Man Core Series games. / we already have them. That was bad. What? You just gonna walk off the edge? You dumb. You're real dumb. I got an achievement for it, though, so I'll pretend I did that on purpose. So we got all 10 of the core Mega Man games on Switch. We got all 8 of the Mega Man Mega Man X games coming to Switch, and we got Mega Man 11 coming. So that's amazing. That's so awesome. I'm really excited for that. I really hope they continue to work with Mega Man and make new games and revive him as a franchise, because he's so good. He's so very good. He deserves more respect and more games. So I'm glad people are going to be reacquainted with Mega Man, and it seems like they're probably gearing up to restart Mega Man as a franchise. Because you wouldn't put in this much effort if you weren't going somewhere with it, you know? And I think he also wouldn't launch a new Mega Man series if you kind of abandoned Mega Man for 10 years and people stopped caring about him. So they needed to prime us, remind us how awesome Mega Man is before they brought a new Mega Man series out. So I think it's all leading to lots more Mega Man somewhere down the line. At least I hope so. That was not perfect. Alright, I'm going to check some chats here. Mad the Man says Mattel. Oh, it was Mattel? Really? Interesting. Jamie Pyatt says Intellivision was made by Kellogg. Mad the Bam says they're having a live Q&A on Facebook Live. Well, one of those lives was... I suppose sometimes Facebook Live isn't really live, is it? It's a live showing of pre-recorded stuff. Okay. Aiden says, I'm hyped, but I hope I'll get to transfer my Pokemon from Sinnoh, Unova, etc. My guess is it might be a little bit like what's going on with Pokemon Go, where it starts with one region and it might get Pokemon from other regions. So I'm thinking at first it's going to start with only the original 151. But I don't think that they're going to stop there. Nintendo has been big on DLC, and I think Pokemon Company is going to be following suit and putting out lots of DLC, as we're seeing lots of support with Pokemon Go for additional content. So I think we'll see a very similar... How am I supposed to live? They all broke. Am I confused what I'm supposed to do here? Guess so. IG says, have you heard of Airborne the band? They did a song for the trailer by Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Airborne or, was it Airstream? There's another band I'm thinking of. GameSunk is here. Thank you for watching. Says, Davy Raid, is that as in Nintendo Davy? There he is. Davy Raid. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by, guys. GameSunk says, can you stand tall? I can, but I'm sitting currently. Why do you want me to stand? I do have an adjustable desk, so I can move up and down. Am I supposed to be hitting this cat? Because it seems we simply ran out of level. Maybe when the cat's bouncing around, I should be hitting him with my tail. I don't think I can get that my way over to their ship. That's too far of a jump. So when that cat comes back, I'm going to try and whip him. I'm going to jump on its head? I'm so confused. Mad the Man says, first 10 or 100,000 people who subscribe to the newsletter get a limited edition console, which will not be in stores. You are one of the first. Wow, good for you, man. But what is it? Is it a lot like the Atari VCS? GameSunk says, Shelby Gang is a Nintendo Davy product. Shelby Gang? Not sure what that is, but cool, man. Thomas Falla is also here. Says, Davy Raid. Awesome. Thanks for the raid, Davy. Zach Sweenster's here. What's up, Zach? Says, hey, FiveJay. Hey, man. Welcome back. How's it going? So, Davey, what's going on? You must have a stream going in on your own channel over there, huh? If you're doing a raid right now. This doesn't seem ideal. I think I'm confused how to actually do this challenge, so I'm gonna, like, leave. I've obviously missed something, and this is apparently part 2, so I'm gonna go see about part 1. World select. I don't know. Is that Foxington? This must be the challenge area. Zach says, have you played the first Lucky's Tale? No, I have not. He says, I played it on Oculus Rift. It was pretty average, but had no use in VR. Oh, okay. Like it didn't really add anything putting it in virtual reality? Sure, sure, sure. IG says, knock back the cannonballs. Oh, I figured they looked like they were fireballs, which I thought was, you know, a bad idea to touch my fur to that. Okay, so if that's level 2, I'm going to guess this is level 1. So I'm going for it. Aiden says, I just pre-ordered Let's Go Eevee and Mega Man 11 Amiibo bundle. I'm hoping there's going to be a special bundle for Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. I would love to have the Pokeball included. You know, maybe for $10 off or whatever. Maybe they include a little plushie or something. I don't know. It'd be cool to see what they do with a bundle. I'm not convinced that they will, but I'm going to wait for it. I'm not worried about getting my hands on a new Pokemon game, because I'm sure there's going to be more than enough to go around. But I am super worried about getting my hands on the new Pokeball controller. Because if it's anything like the Pokemon Go Plus, that thing was impossible to find for months. Months! I told those big nerds in R&D to remix those soft-serve boss fights you've already been through into something worthy of a Guardian. If you thought Test was tough the first time around, you might need to hit the treadmill before trying this one out. So these must be bosses you faced during the normal campaign. Which I might not have faced these people, so I might not know how to beat them. Oh, that was my fault, clearly. That was silly. Alabama says, who knows what it is. There will be a live Q&A on Thursday noon Pacific time tomorrow. What just happened? I didn't even have time to pause before I was dead. Alright, we'll watch for a moment here. Zach says, yeah, in VR mode, your head was basically the camera, but it was still a fixed camera. Useless in VR, but was still a decent game. Huh. Seems weird. Ouch. I'm going to assume that's what I was supposed to do there. Yeah. One more, come on. Need that laser out of my way. There we go, that should be it, right? Ba-bam! Okay, this guy I can figure out. This guy makes sense. Ow. You gotta jump on top of their head, right? He's coming. Mr. Joker Loco is here on Mixers and says, hey, what's up, dude? Thank you for joining the stream. Matt the Bam says, and 1st of October, their console will be revealed and the name. Interesting. Very interesting. Shock T is here on YouTube. Says, hello. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for watching. Thanks for coming back. I believe you've been here multiple times. Matt the Bam says, Jay, I thought you would be more excited. I'm curious more than anything. Because, I mean, Atari, that was once a huge name in gaming. But in television, that was a flash in the pan, baby. You know? So, like, whoa, that's weird. So, already Atari's decision is strange. And we'll see how that actually ends up going. I've heard they had a successful Indiegogo launch, which is interesting considering we still know almost nothing about this thing. What it's really going to be doing. Sounds like it's just a Linux computer that you hook up to your TV. But Linux gaming? I'm not really sure how much there is out there for Linux gaming, so I'm still very skeptical about what Atari is doing, let alone Mattel in television. That's so strange. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm more excited about ColecoVision because I have history with Coleco. You know, with my my dad having an actual ColecoVision, and with my grandma having, oh, that's a sad, I can't believe I did that. And with my grandma actually had one of those original Coleco arcade cabinets. So the fact that they're making more of those is really cool to me on multiple different levels. So, curious. Very, very curious. And mostly curious how there is so many of these old game companies all of a sudden having the same idea at the same time. Or maybe they're seeing one revival out there and going, well, obviously we have to follow suit. That's got to be it. They got to get their slice of the retro pie. It's funny because there actually is the retro pie. Raspberry Pi. I feel like I'm not doing that correctly. There we go. And how many hits to the head is it going to take? Got him. Alright. I got all my hearts. I'm ready to go. This should be, what, round 2? Or 3? Lap Titan is here on Twitch. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Says hello. Hey, how's it going? Alabama says Mattel's Intellivision sold more than the ColecoVision. Yeah, but the ColecoVision was released very near the crash. So if they were released at the same time, I'm not sure which would sell better. Especially since the ColecoVision had Donkey Kong, which is a huge hit at the time, obviously. IG says you won't get a game over if you lose all lives. It will simply reset the current progress. Ah, good to know. Thanks, IG. Jimmy Pyatt says, I don't think I ever mentioned I got a promotion, Jay. No more 12-hour shifts Monday to Friday, but way more responsibility. I think what you said was that you don't have to do those shifts anymore. But you didn't say that it was because of a promotion. So that's awesome, dude. Congratulations. Hope it comes with a sweet bump in pay. Yeah, the extra responsibility, there's no avoiding that. They don't pay you more for no reason. They gotta feel justified in some way other than making sure you don't leave them for another company. So that's amazing, dude. Congrats. Well done, sir. 12-hour night shifts, man. I bet you're gonna be happy to be done with those, huh? I'm happy you're done with those, and it's literally had no effect on my life. Other than, of course, that it honestly led to you being maybe even more available? I'm not sure. It was almost a benefit for me. Maybe I don't like that you got a promotion. Maybe I should be upset by this news. Just kidding. Ow. Man, stab like that. This is one tough fox. He can live through that kind of an assault there. Move, lasers. Ah. We're so close. There we are. Could this be the final hit? It just might be. It just could be. Ching! Whoa, that was impressive, little dude. You're like a localized natural disaster. Watching that made this old warrior want to cry a little. To the max! Again, I've stopped trying to do Macho Man Randy Savage because I got worse and worse at that over time. So somehow the glowing gems are also coins? Yeah, baby, give me that medal. Matt the Bam says from a few hours ago, already got 1.7 mil. Yeah, I heard that. I saw, I had like 2 minutes and I watched a bit of a Spawnwave video and I heard about that. It's crazy. Good for them. Ben R is back. What's up, Ben? Says hi. Hey, how's it going? Matt the Bam says Intellivision also had Donkey Kong, but Coleco made it look bad to show of the ColecoVision. What? Huh? I'm not sure what that meant there. Grammatically, there was some issues. No, Coleco's console was the most powerful console at the time. I mean, everything looked better on Coleco. And when you bought a ColecoVision, Donkey Kong was in the box. So, I mean, it was a great sales incentive, but unfortunately, they were right at the end. And I looked up the Gemini. The Gemini was not a successor console. It was a clone console of the Atari 2600. They also made a clone module that you'd plug right into the ColecoVision, and I actually had one that was an Atari. But yeah, they did. There was also an Atom plug-in for the ColecoVision, and I didn't have that. I want to get that because I would like to try some of those Atom, PC games. Jamie says, yeah, a bit of a bump in pay. I stayed later quite a bit just to get a handle on the pile of work. Haha, yeah, I do not miss the night shifts at all. I bet not. I bet not. Shakti says, good game. Let's get some GGs in the chat. Matt Levin says, who knew a 13-year-old could challenge a 50-something gamer? Lol. Wait, did I miss something somewhere? I'm confused. Not sure. Aiden says, Philips Forever will be a new console with Hotel Mario, The Lost Toast, a CDI sequel, the unreleased Mario's Wacky World, and Virtual Console. Oh yeah, that seems likely. Philips. Yes, everybody needs to get back in the game console industry. Of course. Jamie says, haha, forgive me, Jay. I pledge to be on more. I always appreciate you being here, dude. No worries, man. Zach says, hey, Jay, Mega Man Collection worth it? I got a free $10 eShop code from Best Buy. Oh, man. I love the Mega Man Legacy Collection, but I've always loved Mega Man games. They are hard, like old school hard, so when... Okay, jumping on his head definitely was not the ticket. Okay, and I can't whip him. So basically, the Mega Man games, like a lot of old games, is about pattern memorization. You need to memorize how... Okay, whipping the fireball's not effective. You need to memorize the enemy patterns, especially the bosses, through repetition. So, if you're prepared to die repeatedly to find weaknesses, that's how the old games are. They're really well done. The music is absolutely incredible, but they are quite difficult. So, I'm just giving you a realistic expectation there. Legacy Collection 2, those games are probably easier, to be honest. They started making some changes by the 16-bit and 32-bit eras and stuff. So if you want an easier set of games, you might want to get Legacy Collection 2 first. Even if those games maybe didn't review quite as well as 1 through 6. Although 9 and 10 were quite spectacular and done in the NES style as well. So honestly, if you've never played Mega Man games, classic Mega Man games, I might recommend to you Legacy Collection 2 before 1. And then, if you like those games, then go for 1. Oh, I see what IG meant when they chuck bombs onto these platforms. I thought these were bombs. No, those are fireballs. I was not wrong about that. IG was saying when they shoot the bombs on that destroy the platform, I whip those off. That's how you don't lose. These bad boys. Right. Makes way more sense now. Okay, check some more chats here. Ah, so many chats! And you have enough coins to cover the rest. That's awesome. See? The Nintendo rewards work. Aiden says, yes, Zach. He says, not the biggest platformer fan, but I heard the games were great. They are great, but they're just difficult. That's all. They're so great, though. Oh, they're so great. They're beautiful. The art is awesome. And like I said, that music is amazing. And the gameplay loop is fun, even if it is challenging. Jared says, did you ever get Rob J? I got the Rob Amiibo and the Famicom Rob Amiibo, but I have never had the actual NES Rob the Robot. I want him just because he'd look cool sitting around my game room. I don't think I'd really ever be quite entertained by using him, but yeah. IG says the song to Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle is It's All for the Rock and Roll by Airborne. Yeah, okay, then I have not heard of them. I have not. So thanks for clarifying. Matt the Bam says Donkey Kong was on Intellivision, but Coleco made it look like trash to show how powerful the ColecoVision could be. Yes, I see. Yes, that's exactly what I thought you were trying to say, but it was a little jumbled in execution there. Right, exactly, because the ColecoVision was the strongest console, most powerful console by a mile. Like, Donkey Kong actually looked like the real arcade game instead of just a bunch of squares. Well, I suppose everything was still a bunch of squares. But in the day, there was a difference between very large, simple squares and more detailed, smaller squares. And with the Coleco, it was very easy to see how they were much more powerful than the other consoles. It was a big advantage. And to this day, people still are all about graphics. At least, you know, a significant portion of folks are. Matt the Man says, Jay, are you wearing your work clothes? I am. You like this button-up shirt here? Yes, indeed. Zach says, didn't realize Golf Story is $15. That's probably what I'm going with. Nate from Nintendo Prime has literally screamed out how good that game is. That game is amazing. It's really funny, too. And much less difficult and much less pressure. So I absolutely, totally recommend that game. For sure. No, that's a great get for $15. Aiden says Mega Man 9 and 10 did have difficulty settings too. Yes, they did. But so did Mega Man 2. Not all of the Mega Man games had difficulty settings, but Mega Man 2 started that trend, which they kind of abandoned immediately because 3 didn't have one. 4, 5, 6, I don't think any of them had them, but 2 had one for whatever reason. They were really forward thinking there. And these guys take a lot of hits. Come over here so I can kill you. Get closer. You're too far away. There we go. Mason says, Jay, you watch a TV show called Forged in Fire? I have not watched that show. Ouch. Is it about blacksmiths? Is it a... I think I might have seen a commercial for it. It's like a blacksmithing competition where they have a certain amount of time to make something, forge it themselves, and then they have to use that thing to complete some challenges. I haven't seen it, but like I said, I saw a commercial for something that I think was called Forged in Fire. Ah! I have one platform. That means I'm going to lose, right? Maybe we won. They're going down! Whoa, yeah! We did it! Thanks for the tip, IG. Jamie says, Golf Story. I forgot all about it. Never played it, but I got it. $15, eh? I'll take it. You should. You totally should. Golf Story is great. Especially since we're not going to have a Mario Golf game for a little while. Mario Tennis is just a few weeks away, but Mario Golf, not sure when that's going to hit. Zach says, I like to say I enjoy graphics, but I also don't. I'm not a fan of games from the N64 era because they look rough, but I'm not unhappy with the graphics on Switch. My base PS4 and Xbox One and mid-range PC. Yeah, so I mean, it's not that graphics don't matter. It's just that it's not the most important. I would say the art direction is personally, and I'm almost objectively, it's hard to say objectively, almost objectively, more important than the actual power of the graphics, the fidelity of the textures. The direction of the art is usually more important. Because like a game that's just stick figures, probably not very appealing. Unless there's something charming about it. So, you know what I mean? Like, the graphics matter. The art direction matters. But only so much as in it helps with your enjoyment of the gameplay. So if the gameplay is no good, then it didn't matter how good the graphics were. But if the gameplay is good and the graphics are bad, you know, meaning the art direction and graphical fidelity are bad, then you probably weren't interested in playing it because it wasn't holding your interest enough visually. So, I mean, they're both important. I personally think the art direction is more important than the power, but gameplay is even more important than either of those. Matt the Bama says, apparently Borderlands 2 runs well on Atari VCS. They made Borderlands 2 on Linux? That's weird. Aiden says, I think Mega Man 11 will get difficulty settings and more than 2 settings like Mega Man 2 did. Yeah, I hope so. I think Mega Man needs to embrace including people that don't necessarily like very difficult games. And I think they've been designing them to be less difficult, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Because, you know, you get a wider audience that way. And it can still be just as enjoyable. Like, I'm really enjoying Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, but it doesn't appear to be very difficult. Compared to the old Castlevania games, those were so hard. But I'm enjoying Bloodstained just as much, even though it's easier, you know? Zach says, exactly, art direction is way more important. Realistic games look awesome on PS3 and PS4, but cartoonish games that are older, like Jet Set Radio and Zelda Wind Waker, still hold up to this day. Right, and then when you give those artsy games higher fidelity, you know, when you give them on upgrade, you don't really have to change much about them, you know? And they still look great. Versus a game that was realistic on PS3, if you want to put that game on PS5 and want it to still look good, boy, you got to do a lot of work, you know? Boy, that was pathetic. It couldn't kill a couple of chickens. Madeleine says, ColecoVision came out a year later than Intellivision. Yes, indeed. And it had 1980? Was it that late? Huh. I thought it was 81 or 82. But yeah, so Intellivision had more time on the market. So I'm not surprised that it was selling better. Pain Town, he says. It's just a bunch of plants. Betcha I can... Yep. Come on. Ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam. Zach Swinster says, I guess my graphical bias only spins for 3D games. Games in the NES and SNES all look great. A lot of them look similar to each other. Right, but in those days, everything was artistic. Nothing was realistic because you couldn't achieve it. The only thing that could be remotely realistic was the when they would use cutscenes. You know, when they used the whole screen for a gigantic sprite. Like Ninja Gaiden was an early game that did that. That was the only thing you could possibly confuse for, you know, realism in those games. So all of those games were always completely about art direction. I mean, that was really all there was to focus on. And so they all hold up very well graphically in that they're all a unique style of art that was pretty well reserved only for video games, which is pixel art. Nowadays, pixel art has caught on, of course, but only because video games became popular. IG says, you should do a stream of Mario Kingdom Battle. I love the Rabbids. I don't know that I love the Rabbids, but I love that game. I do want to try out the Donkey Kong content. Because that game is awesome. And I'd love to see what Donkey Kong can do out there. Luigi is a sniper, though. He's my jam. Shakti says, FiveJay, what do you think about Sonic the Hedgehog? The Sonic Classic games are very popular, just like Mega Man. Mega Man's a better series than Sonic. Not sorry about that. But I love Sonic as well. Classic Sonic games are awesome. I love them. Sonic Mania, though, probably my favorite Sonic. It's so good. It so perfectly encaptures all the great things about classic Sonic. And I'm nervous where those spikes are going to come from. It so perfectly captures what's great about the old Sonic games and gets rid of some of the things that made it a little obtuse. And is, of course, chock full of awesome callbacks and stuff. Aiden says, I actually like the graphics for the DS Pokemon games. I thought the 3D still fit. I'm glad you like them. I didn't like that, personally, but... Then again, I grew up with the original style, so it was weird for me to have that sort of halfway point. But maybe you grew up with the DS style, so that was the original for you. Don't know. I gotta get smarter about how I'm attacking these guys. I'm kind of dumbly going in about this. Looks like if I don't kill some of these chickens, I won't spawn any more plants. Oops. Now the man says, can't Intellivision 2 came out in 1982 and Coleco Gemini came out in 83. What did you start with can't for? Not sure why you said can't. Can't what? I can just whip these guys? That's way easier. What? I call shenanigans. There we go. Look, I can whip them into each other. Now we're talking. Let them all chomp. There we go. That's so much easier. Wow, that was almost my death already. Wow. Depth perception. What's going on? I cannot jump on this guy's head. Jimmy says, I love Sonic, but there are so many bad Sonic games. Yes, that's the problem. There are a lot of bad Sonic games. Why in the world do they make so many 3D flops? Talk about not learning from mistakes. Yeah, I don't know. And Sonic Mania wasn't even developed by Sega completely. You know, it was developed in large part by smaller fans, you know, small fan studios with assistance from Sega, but not... It's not a Sega-developed game, you know? It's a Sega-assisted game. So, even though Mania was great, they still seem to not really know how to make a good Sonic game. Because they're not solely responsible for that game. There we go. That's how it should have gone the first time. Madman says, I don't know why I started with can't lol. My excuse is that I'm only 13. Nice. Boy in television. That's interesting. Now I suppose I do have a connection with video games and Mattel with the Electronic Football 2. My first portable video game. But I didn't realize in television was Mattel. Okay, doing much better this time. Let's not make any mistakes in the final round here, shall we? Mason says, Jay, you watched Disney Pixar Coco? From Mason. Oh, he's signing it all from Mason. I have not seen Coco. I want to, but I have not seen it yet. It's on my list. Aiden says, also, I personally think that Sonic Twitter is just not funny. Really? Oh, I like the Sonic Twitter. Also, I like the new the Sonic animation they keep putting out. It's really good. Really good. James says, I love Mania very much. There's a few things I would have loved them to do differently, but it was the Sonic game we needed. What would you have changed? I'm not sure I can really think of anything I would have changed. It's awesome. they put in references to just about every Sonic game out there in just the perfect way, you know, so that it wasn't showcasing the worst parts of those games. You know, it was showcasing the best. Were the characters weird? Alright, cool. They were lovably weird. We'll show you a lovably weird version of that character. It's good stuff. Okay. There we go. We're doing so much better. This time we got it. It's funny because it's evident how much talking makes a difference and how well I do or don't do, because I had to stop talking there. And now that I'm talking, look, I'm dying. I'm going to lose. I lost again because I was talking. It is so much harder to think and speak and play at the same time than it is to just play. Never forget. Madeleine says, have you ever heard about the Microvision? I've heard about it, and it looks really cool. I totally want one. Are they expensive? Because I'm all for it. They look cool, man. Jamie says, if Mania was bad, I would have sandpapered off my Sonic tattoo. Kidding. I have a Tails tattoo. Also kidding. Oh, I love Tails. Tails is the bomb, man. Madeleine says, the first portable console, 1979. Sweet, sweet. That's a real console, too. Versus Electronic Football, not really a console. It was a single game. It shares more in common with those Tiger handhelds than anything. Not a real console of any kind, but I call it my first portable console. But that one came out in '78, so it doesn't count. But still, I'm just saying, it was there before the Microvision. Ah, doing bad again. You can talk and play at the same time, FiveJay. I know you can. I believe in you, sir. Sir being me in this case. Okay. Couple down. 1,000 to go. Whip, whip. Nope. Nope. Whip. There we go. You're supposed to knock them into each other. It seems they want to be knocked into each other. Come on. There we are. Alright, we get 1 heart for this. Means we need to make no more than 1 mistake in the next round, and then they'll drop 2 hearts. Ideally, I only make 0 mistakes, so that I have a spare heart available. Shakti says, FiveJay, thank you for the feedback on those classics. You know a lot. That's good stuff. Yeah, and I feel like I was born in a really great time, because I got to experience sort of the golden age of gaming, and see gaming grow up, you know, into what it is today, and experience it all along the way. And to have my father's ColecoVision, you know, gives me experience beyond my years. It's really cool. But there's so much in gaming. There's so much to know, and I don't know everything by a mile and a half. Actually, one of the most knowledgeable people I've ever seen in regards to video games is a guy named Jared Petty. Man, he's an encyclopedia and a half about video games, man. He knows so much. And a super nice guy, to boot. IG says, you can spend the Fox coins and the character customization in the game at the in-game vendor. Oh, interesting. Have to check that out. Aiden says, like the Game & Watch. Football 2 has even worse graphics than the Game & Watch, man. It's just literally a few blinking red lights. But it was able to demonstrate gameplay. I enjoyed it a lot. My dad and I would play it every night. Ugh. And he played it before he even had kids. Ah! We've made some mistakes. Come on, baby. We gotta be smart about this. Mad Lamb says, Wikipedia and Top Hat, man, will never lie to me, Jay. Microvision came first. Well, but I have 1978 stamped on the football too, man. It's right on there. Okay. Oh, somehow we got 5 more lives, so that's nice. We really screwed that up, though. That was so bad. I got 2 hits within like 2 seconds. It was not good. Mason says, Jay, you hyped for live-action remake Disney The Lion King coming out next year? Not really. Honestly. I don't know. I thought Lion King was good as it was. I don't know that I need a live-action one. Like, I enjoyed Beauty and the Beast, but I didn't feel a need to go see the live-action one. So I still haven't seen it. But that's also not really my thing. I think they continued to emphasize the musical portions. And the musical portions aren't my favorite parts of those movies, you know? Okay, we've made so many mistakes already. We've got to fix things. Come on. Take that. Okay, we get 1 heart. Try this again. Let's try this again. IG says, seems you enjoyed the game in DLC. I gifted you. You're welcome. Yes, thank you, IG. I am enjoying it. I'm getting my butt kicked by the round after this one where it's a bunch of spikes in the ground. That round in particular seems to be getting me. Destroying me. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to beat it. May take a few tries still, but we'll get there. I cannot make a mistake right now. Because I'm going to need both of these hearts. Not good. I wish I had a spare, but it means we have to be even better now. Mad the Bam says, you calling Wikipedia and Top Hat Gaming a lie, man? Maybe, because Wikipedia is sourced by people. I mean, it could be updated by anybody. Jamie says, I grew up with a lot of the Disney movies they're remaking. I just can't bring myself to watch them, though my wife said she liked Beauty and the Beast, the board game adventure. Glorious. Glorious. Another one says, and can't spell the plural of lie. You mean lies? I mean, you literally just add an S. It's pretty easy. There we go. Is it easier to dive on this guy's head? Ouch. Not if you miss. Mason says, Jay, you hyped for Incredibles 2 coming out this summer, June 15th. Yeah. I'm excited for Incredibles 2. I mean, Incredibles wasn't my favorite Pixar movie, but I thought it was awesome. And I am looking forward to the sequel. I have a friend, though, who Incredibles is his absolute favorite Pixar movie. So he's looking forward to it much more so than I am. Okay. This is good. That was good. Now that was bad. He hit his own friend. Why would you do that? That's not good planning. Come on. No, 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 no. We had it. Oh, and there's a heart right next to us. Wow, that's super insulting. Super insulting. Aiden says, I wish Disney still had 2D animation. Their last 20 years of 2D animation was fantastic visually. Yeah, I'd love to see more 2D stuff as well. It's like in video games, you know, if all we had was 3D games, I'd really miss the 2D stuff. Thankfully, indie studios are out there, and they're making lots of 2D stuff. So, they know our pain, they know that we want the 2D stuff, and so they're delivering. Come on. But you don't see, you don't really see 2D stuff happening from Giant, or what am I thinking? AAA studios. AAA studios don't seem to make 2D content anymore, so it's pretty well not true 2D. They do 3D stuff on a 2D plane. So like Samus Returns on 3DS. It's 2D as in gameplay. You know, you're playing on a two-dimensional plane, but everything in it is in 3 dimensions. It's all polygons. It's not sprites. So that's kind of what I mean. Where the big AAA developers, they don't do real 2D content. They do what people like to call 2.5D. Hee-yaw! Okay, okay, okay. We're doing really good now. Man says it wasn't on autocorrect. It looked wrong. Huh? Oh, I see. Whenever I get angry, I call you Chris. Ha! It's like a mom. Oh, crap. I accidentally grabbed that. I had 3 spares there. Now I only have 2. Drat. It's like a mom, you know, whipping out the middle name. Mason says, Jay, you watch Megamind. I do not. I have not seen Megamind. Or is that a YouTube personality? Not sure. Princess Shay, or Princess C, is here on Mixer. Says, hello. Hi, how's it going? I'm assuming that's what that is. It's just 4 letters. And if it means something, I'm obviously too old to understand it. So welcome. Thanks for coming to the channel. Madman says, did you watch the Mega Man anime? I watched a Mega Man cartoon as a kid. I don't think it looked particularly anime-ish, but I guess it could have been. It's been so long since I've seen it, I guess I wouldn't really remember anymore. It could have been an anime. I know that Mega Man had multiple different shows. I know the one that I watched was definitely not the one where he was super muscular and buff. That was not the one that I saw, so... It was another one where he was not super muscular and buff. IG says, Jurassic World The Lost Kingdom. I hope it lives up to its hype. I hope so too. Lauren and I are going to go see it together. She loves all the Jurassic Park movies. I like watching them as well, but I think she's a super fan. Whereas I'm only a regular fan. So it means a lot more to her that these movies are good. Oh, yes. Oh, I've got spares for days. Madeline says, does your mom call you FiveJay? Yes. Yes. No, she doesn't. Mason says, Jay, you hyped for Toy Story 4 coming out next year. Is it coming out next year? Because I thought they had some big setbacks. I thought that they had big like script problems and stuff. Is it really going to come out next year with all those issues? I'd be surprised, but yes, I love Toy Story. Toy Story was my favorite Disney Pixar series. So, really looking forward to any new Toy Story stuff they put out there. Ah. There goes all my spares. Okay. I think I'm going to do the big guy last, because he seems to be troublesome. Turns into a big flame beast. Yep, and he gets a hit on me almost every time. Okay, we did it! There we go. You're the mayor of Paytown now, brother. Kicking and punching where votes, you just won by a landslide. That's right, baby. That was challenging. It was. Some of it is maybe the perspective. It was a little hard to judge depth perception there. Pat the Man says, is Chris your first or second name? It's actually my 5th name, so it's way down there in the line. Mad the Man says, Pixels is underrated. I have not seen it, so I cannot pipe in on that. Aiden says, I hope Shrek 5 comes out and is actually good. Yes! Shrek, you know, just a bunch of memes these days, but people actually did like those movies. I saw the first one. I enjoyed it. I don't remember... I think there were, what, 3 or... I guess there would be 4 of them if you're saying 5 should come out. I've seen one other one, so it's probably Shrek 2. I don't think I've seen Shrek 3 or 4. But I guess I'm not sure. Looks like we might have had some follows on Twitch here. And I'm missing the announcements of it. Let's see if I can check what's going on in Streamlabs here. Keeps a record of that stuff because I'm seeing the logos in my tip jar. It shows things like subscribes and such as well. No, I guess it was from a couple of days ago when I was streaming on Monday. Okay, that's fine. Mathman says, the worst thing is I don't know if you're joking. Well, that was my only comment, just well. So, IG says we can customize a character. So let's see, how do we do that? Is it this? That looks like a no. Excuse me. Maybe it's this house. Maybe I have to unlock it after I've beaten all the Guardian Trials. It looked like there was something in there. That is just a glitch. Could very well just be a glitch. Oops. Did I do that? Steve Urkel died in the Foxington hub. Yes! Another achievement, baby. I knew I'd get one for that. Is Smart as Dirt is here on Twitch. Thank you for watching. Says hi. Hey, how's it going? Mason says, Jay, are you hyped for Disney Christopher Robin coming out August 3rd? Not really, I guess. It's fine. Don't know if Winnie the Pooh stuff is for me, per se. I want to figure out what that customization thing is. See, I'm going to see if I can find IG's chat where we mentioned that. IG. You can spend the Fox coins in the character customization in the game at an in-game vendor. Okay, so we have to find an in-game vendor. Aiden says first name, 5. Middle name, J. Last name, Gaming. See? He's got it. But see, name 4, Total Mystery. Name 5, Chris. And how many other names are after 5? You'll never know. You'll never know. Some coins appear to be invisible. Interesting. Oh, maybe this is the vendor. Oh, there's an arcade cabinet up here. That's excellent. So whether or not that's a vendor, I don't really care. I just want to play this. It says JPR. What does that mean? Is that one of the developers, maybe? Their initials? I want to play the arcade version. Oh, man. 3 out of 16 hot dogs. Not sure what that means. Now here's a sharp-dressed fella. Looks like Gurr from Invader Zim. It's exactly what someone would say to me if I walked up to them. You, on the other hand, need some immediate help. I mean, you look like uncooked pasta glued onto a kid's self-portrait. Boring! I can help. For a few coins, that is. Blah, blah, blah. Let's just get some sweet stuff on my face here. Sunglasses? That seems necessary. Oh, yeah. Really dorky suspenders? Seems cool. I don't know what this costume looks like. Sounds good. Oh, there is a preview option. Ah, there we go. Whoo, yeah, that's awful. I like him as a cop better. You have the right to remain silent. So we gotta unlock more costumes, huh? Ooh. Don't like the color. Ha! That hair. Wow. No. Okay, we got the best thing there. Okay, he kind of looks like a wrestler there. That's kind of cool. Ah! Doing some aerobics there or something. Yikes. Now I think I like what we got. I think we're good. Sweet! Of course there was some stuff we couldn't see, but... Madman says, just tell me your full name. Why? Why would you ever want to do that? That's a bad idea. You don't do such a thing. You don't do that. It's like, hey, why don't you just give me your address and your social security number and all your credit card numbers? No. Don't think so. Gonna say no on that. Is there a hot dog symbol if you got all the hot dogs in the level? Because I got hot dog symbols on those two. And on that one. And I think I got hot dogs in all three of those. So that must be what that's there for. Matt the Man says, I know people say never to reveal your name on the internet, but come on, it's not like people watching... Not like the people watching aren't that buff? What does that mean? I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. Mason says, Jay, you hyped for Wreck-It Ralph 2? Ralph Breaks the Internet coming out in November? Boy, you got a lot of attention towards movies there. I'll see it. I'm not sure that I'm hyped for it. I liked the first one. Under Pressure, another song name. Might As Well Jump. Is that from the song Jump, Van Halen? Might as well jump. Go ahead and jump. It's all part of the song. Sunk? It's all part of the song. Having gloriously buff arms is great. But as my pops always said, never skip leg day, as he's got the tiniest legs of all time. Alright. It's a platforming challenge. Let's do. Adam says buff means muscular. Yes, it did, but what does that have to do with people watching? It's not like the people watching aren't that buff. I still don't understand what you mean by that. It's not like the people watching aren't that muscular. What? It doesn't make any sense. Also, I'm loving this background. It's like super 80s in here. Ah. That's the one thing about this game, is the depth perception is a little bit wonky. It is hard to tell where you're going to land sometimes. So I end up hitting these guys in the side instead of jumping on their head. Like I'm trying to. But we're making it work. Adam says, I guarantee anyone who knows anything about Coleco is not going to the gym. Ah, that's funny. He says, forget it, Jay. Okay. No problem. There's 11 folks watching right now. Thank you for watching, folks. As a reminder, please like this live video. That helps me out a lot. And if you don't currently follow or subscribe to me on Twitch or YouTube, please do. I'm a small streamer, so I can use all the support that I can get. Blowing. Okay, so far this is going 1,000 times better. Nope, nope. Oh, okay, we lived though. That was the important part. I see what's happening now. There we are. Oh, a checkpoint. We didn't get any of those in the last one. The last challenges we were at. Sweet. Wow. Tons of coins there. Man, the man says, at this point, I don't even know what's happening anymore. Yeah, join the club. Aiden says, I'm like 15 and I can't drive. So, that's okay. At 15, you're close to driving. Oh, that was sad there. Oh, we have to go all the way down, don't we? Oh, that is horribly sad. You hit 16, you'll be able to drive. And that's always a great feeling. I was one of my first friends to have a driver's license. And that makes you pretty popular pretty quick. Wow, you can actually drive somewhere? Thank goodness. I see there is some hidden stuff there that I'm missing, so I'm going to go back for it. Have to, yeah, there we go. Ah, the hot dog. Not sure what's with them hot dogs, but it's some sort of secret. And there's some sort of secret here. Oh, it just brought me back to where we were. Whee! There's stuff down here. Nice. Have to go back again, but hey, it's worth it. Mathman says, I'm 13. Your excuse means nothing, Aiden. They all lol. You're like 3 months away? Oh, that is so close. You can do it. Have you already taken all of your driver's training stuff? Are you all ready to go? I know I could not wait for my license. I took that stuff as soon as I could muster. I missed a diamond, but it'll have to be okay. And then says, I feel like this is Bubsy live and reloaded. Get it? I don't get the live and reloaded part. But he does look Bubsy-like. Although apparently Voxes are more closely related to dogs than cats. I did not know that. They seem very cat-like, so I always assumed they would be more closely related to cats than dogs, but turns out no. Turns out no. Whoa. Let's see, how is this all working? The answer is it might not be. Oh no. Well, we got the diamond, but yeah, we died. Oops. Mad the Man says, I've got 30 months to go, lol. Mad the Man says, conquer! Get it! Conquer's a squirrel. I'm not sure that I get... Is there a joke in there? Other than the fact that it's obviously not that game? I suppose conquer would be the more humorous of the options in that this is obviously the furthest thing from a conquer game. Aiden says cooker. Oh, the Conquer. Oh, that's right. There was a remake, wasn't there? Ah, so you're saying that this is like a bad Conquer remake. I can see that. Okay. Enough detours. We're just going to get through it now. Oh no! Oh, not sure how that all worked, but we're alive, and that's all that matters. Checkpoint. See, I like this platforming challenge. Okay, I did. Then things got real weird. Not sure exactly what happened there. Oh, we might have to start all the way over if that's Life 0. Mathematics says Conquer had a remake called Conquer Live and Reloaded. Yeah, that's right. It wasn't on like it was on Xbox, right? Or 360? One of the two. because Microsoft bought them by then, right? I never actually played the remake. I didn't have an original Xbox. I still don't. I got a 360, but late in the life cycle. So I missed out on a lot of 360 stuff, other than playing my friends' consoles. Definitely played lots of Halo on their consoles. Let's see, I had a 360 by the time Halo Reach came out, because it was a gigantic event at college. Everybody was playing it, and it was amazing. Back when I used to play shooters more regularly, nowadays I hardly ever play shooters, and it shows when I play them. Matheman says, fun fact, the first Conker game was an educational game on the Game Boy Color. Oh, you mean Conker's Pocket Tales? That game was awesome, actually, and graphically was very impressive on the Game Boy Color. My friend had that game, and I eventually ended up getting that game as well. I think I got it in my Retro Game Treasure box, actually. So that game, still made by Rare, of course. Rare had a tendency to push the envelope graphically on their systems, and Conker's Pocket Tales is easily one of the best-looking Game Boy Color games ever made. There's an almost 3D look to it. It's a full exploration game. I don't know, it just was bigger in scope than a lot of Game Boy games, or Game Boy Color games. Similar deal with Rare's Mickey Mouse racing game. I forget what it was called. But it was an RPG. You would get out and walk around as Mickey and talk to people around the town and solve puzzles and bring stuff to people, and then you would race, and the races looked amazing as well. So Rare had quite a talent for really getting the most out of systems, and Conker's Pocket Tale was no exception. Looked excellent. Shock T says, this game looks difficult. This is the DLC that's focused on being difficult, so I don't think that Lucky's Tale is a difficult game, but the Guardian Trials is meant to be difficult. It's living up to that experience so far. Parts of it are easier and parts of it are harder. Aiden says the N64 game was going to be kid-friendly. I heard about that. And then they heard some criticism about, this game looks like a Rare game. And they didn't like that there was this concept about the big googly eyes and the super child-friendly look to stuff. So they're like, you know what? We'll have the same look, but the game is going to be nothing like what people expect. And it was brilliant. You know, nobody did anything like that. And the game was actually a lot of fun, too. So, yeah, it was a good decision. Cut out a giant piece of the market, of course, by making it R-rated. Can't believe Nintendo let them do it. That's the weirdest part to me. Oof, making some big mistakes now. How did he shoot his thing vertically? His butt was faced forward, and he shot his stinger straight up in the air. IG says, I have a Switch now. What game should I get that's multiplayer? Well, all the Nintendo stuff. Splatoon 2 and ARMS. I enjoy both of those games. Rocket League. Awesome. Soon to have multiplayer on Switch is Stardew Valley. I'm not sure if that's online multiplayer, though. That might be local only. I'm not positive. Who knows more about Stardew Valley multiplayer? I know I think it's in beta on PC, right? Either way, it's out somewhere. Anyways, I just like Stardew Valley, so I just was looking for a loophole there. Blanking a little bit. Multiplayer. I guess I'm too focused on the game. Oh, this isn't my Switch. I can't just go to my home screen and look at what games I have. Obviously Splatoon 2 and ARMS and... what did I say? Rocket League are good picks. Who else has good picks? What is going on? The depth is so weird here. I think that there's some platforms closer together than they look. So when I'm trying to go to the next one, I'm actually skipping one and landing on some spikes. So I need to think... Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I was doing. It's so much easier when you go to the correct platform. Funny how that works. I actually don't need the heart this time. Matt the Man says, what does your wife think about video games? She's enjoyed them, certain ones in the past. I never know what she's going to be into. She likes Mario games, and then she loved Final Fantasy 13. That's the weird one to me, where I'm like, what? But yeah, no, she loved it. Let's see, what other games did she really enjoy? She actually liked Pokemon, the original Pokemon. I once had her on a stream playing Pokemon Red or Blue. I don't remember which one. She enjoyed that as well. Again, very strange to me, but hey, cool. Aiden says Mickey Speedway USA. I think that was it. Aiden. You're right. Shakti says, I like the game. Don't get me wrong. You're doing pretty good yourself. It just looks difficult, but I'm pretty sure that's what makes it fun. Right, yeah. No, so this is DLC. It's supposed to be difficult. So yeah, if you're not into the difficulty thing, then yeah, it's not some DLC that you should look into. The rest of the game seemed to be pretty simple, so I don't think you'd be overly challenged by just the base game of Super Lucky's Tale. Can you dig it? We're gonna dig it. And says Mario Tennis is coming out soon, and I'm actually very excited. Mario Tennis was always really, really good, and then they had a couple of bad ones, and it was really disappointing. I mean, it wasn't that they were bad, it's that they were boring. They were fine. I played the one on 3DS a fair amount. Oh, this is weird. Huh. I can't control him. It's an endless runner type situation. All I can do is jump and use my tail attack. What was I saying? Oh, Mario Tennis. Right. Mario Tennis on 3DS, it was fine. Just boring. It was too normal. You know, it was too much like a tennis sim. It wasn't arcadey enough. You know, they didn't give it the Mario Kart treatment enough on a couple of them. And there was the one on Wii U, same problem. Too boring. So, now it looks like they've finally got back to making good ones. This one looks really good. I'm very excited for this one. Rather says, yeah, but so is Sushi Striker. This is JKM hype for Mario Tennis. Sushi Striker seems weird. It's getting a lot of promotion from Nintendo, actually, which is the most surprising thing to me. It looks like a wacky anime. Of course, there would be an anime somewhere about a way over-the-top sushi-related scenario. I don't even know what the scenario is, but it's some sort of, I think, probably ninja-related sushi scenario. It's just a Japanese thing to do. That. There we go. There we go. All right, much better this time. Is this a mistake? Oh, I have to keep spinning this thing, I bet. No? Yeah? I think. This could be it. Yeah, this looks good. We're on the right track now. Oh, I missed that heart. Hey! I got one heart left. Don't screw it up now, FiveJay. There we are. And it's 3 a.m. in England. Oh man, what are you doing? So late. Also, thank you for hanging out. So late. Of course, I used to do it at your age too. My parents thought I was asleep. But really, I had a Game Boy under my pillow. And a flashlight, because those Game Boys weren't backlit in those days. Ugh, miss. Now the band says, I'm playing the demo of Sushi Striker. Ugh, how that game isn't for me. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's for me either, so I'm not even going to try the demo. What demo was I trying recently? Not Sushi Striker. No. Oh, I'm thinking of the Mario Tennis demo, which isn't active yet. You can download it, but you can't like do anything on it. Even the practice modes are all locked. So, looking forward to when that's actually activated. And I actually think it's, the 1st? Right? June 1st. So that's Friday? Right? It's not tomorrow, but it's the next day? Cool, so we're close. Mario Tennis Aces demo is almost live. There we go. That didn't take too many tries. Adam says, but yet again, Stardew Valley doesn't look appealing. Oh, you don't like Stardew Valley? That's too bad. I love it. Adam says, I have my Switch under my pillow. Lol. Yeah, see? Exactly. Be grateful that thing is backlit, because trying to play off a reflective screen using a flashlight in your mouth, because you need both hands, boy, exhausting, and it would blind you from the reflection, and you still couldn't see very well. Boy, backlighting is the best. The best. And I had an original Model SP with the front light, which looks awful, but at least you could see in some fashion. So I was grateful. But man, yeah, backlighting is the best invention for gaming, man. Oh. Just, I shudder thinking about those days. No backlights. Great systems, you know. Love those games, but boy, no backlight was just the worst. Aiden says, I usually wake up at 3 a.m. Wake up at 3 a.m. for what? Who are you, Rocky Balboa? You got to do your workout? Prepare for your boxing match? Man, the band says, my 3DS is out of battery. Rip. Oh, man, I'm getting in the 3DS spirit again. I really am. I really want to get a modded 3DS so that I can stream it. Because I'm totally going to get Luigi's Mansion. It's going to happen. Because I love Luigi's Mansion, so I'll totally buy it again. Play it portable. Even if it's not the portable I wanted, at least it's portable. There's something up there. What? I had 1 heart. Oops. Mad the Man says, and 3 a.m. is the time I sleep, so bye. I was into the stream by saying, okay then bye. See you, dude. Thanks for hanging out. IG says, the Completionist did a video on Hyrule Warriors Legends Definitive Edition. Cool, cool. Did he like it? I tried to get into Hyrule Warriors. I bought it on both Wii U and 3DS, and you know, I just couldn't. I don't know why. I have an idea why. I used to love Dynasty Warriors, which is what it's based on, right? And I think the reason why I love Dynasty Warriors but not Hyrule Warriors is because I played Dynasty Warriors with friends. And when I was playing alone, it was gaining experience that when I hung out with my friends next, I'd be better, or I'd have better stuff, or be farther, or whatever. So, it was primarily a multiplayer game for me. But, Hyrule Warriors, Lauren's not interested in playing that. As you get older, you are able to spend less time with friends. That was phrased poorly. You're not able to spend much time with friends by comparison. So, multiplayer games for me just don't seem to happen anymore. So, I'm missing out on lots of multiplayer experiences unless they're online experiences. So, that's why I think Hyrule Warriors isn't clicking with me. I'm not able to play with my friends. I don't think there even is an online mode for the multiplayer, so there's really no way for me to do it. So, It's just, it is what it is. It's an okay game. I liked it fine, but I didn't love it. And I gave up on it pretty quick. I was more interested in the retro mode. I don't really know what it's called, what you do in it. I wasn't able to get it to work, really. It was like I needed to unlock stuff, but I didn't want to play any of the main game to unlock things, so I just kind of gave up on that mode. You know, the mode where things are... Whoa. The mode where things are in the old NES graphics. What is that mode? What do you do? How do you unlock the things to make that do something interesting? That's definitely the easy way. Sweet! I like the platforming challenge. This is good. Oh, a little too eager there. IG says, let me guess, FiveJay, you're doing a stream with Game Over Jesse soon. Not with Game Over Jesse, but for him. Yeah, I took last week off because I was so busy preparing for vacation. But, yes, I'm doing a playthrough series on Game Over Jesse's channel of Link's Awakening DX. So, yes. Planning to resume that probably Friday, because Thursday... tomorrow, I definitely will not be able to stream. I got some stuff going on with some friends. So, will not be available to stream tomorrow for everyone's information. Oh, this looks evil. Ah! That crossroad thing is hard. Aiden says, play Pokemon Black, White if you do. I don't have Black and White, but I think I have White 2. I had one of the 2s. I think it's White 2. Shakti says, FiveJay, what is your favorite console? That's tough for me, because there's so many great consoles out there. I probably have to say... Ouch. Ouch first. Then your favorite console. I'd probably have to say Game Boy Advance, because the Advance had amazing games, but more importantly, it was totally backwards compatible with Game Boy and Game Boy Color, and I also love both of those consoles. That being said, I do love the 3DS a lot. It had its own virtual console with NES games and Super Nintendo games. Not a lot of Super Nintendo games, but some really great ones. That was lame. Also had a lot of awesome Game Boy and Game Boy Color games on its virtual console, which, by the way, I don't know why they didn't call that the Virtual Portable. Just saying, they should have done that. And also had some awesome Game Gear games on there. So... usually my favorite console ends up being a handheld. So, I think it's a tie. Oh, and of course the 3DS also being completely backwards compatible with DS, which is also a great system. So, I think I'm torn between the Game Boy Advance, if we're going to be specific on the model, the SP AGS 101 model with this super beautiful, extra bright screen. That one specifically is incredible. Though the most comfortable model was the launch GBA model. So if you can mod that, that's ideal. To get a backlit screen. Because that was its only flaw, really. Yeah, so anyway, either GBA or 3DS. I hope one day that the Switch will be my favorite console of all time. Because it is a portable, and it is a home console. It's all of the good stuff. So, I hope we'll get there, but I gotta judge it based on the games. And, well, it has a lot of awesome games. It's going up. against Nintendo's other amazing consoles. So the competition is fierce. I love Sega consoles, but they can't compete. And they didn't compete. Like, I love the Dreamcast. So cool. I love the Game Gear. Technically superior to the Game Boy in every way. But the game libraries don't hold up, you know? There's not as many great games on there. Even if the graphics and sound were better. Didn't matter. The games weren't there. Not the same way that they were there for the Game Boy. Genesis is cool, but again, it really can't compare to the Super Nintendo. PlayStation's good stuff. They do have a lot of great games on all 4 of their consoles. But yeah, I knew I was in trouble there. But again, competing against Nintendo, that's rough. That's rough. Shakti says, that's good to hear, FiveJay. I love the PSP console and the PS Vita. Oh, man. PSP is awesome. If it had the control layout of the Vita, it'd have been perfect. Everything about the PSP was great. Except that it lacked one shoulder button. Which I guess the Vita didn't fix. And it lacked one control stick. Other than that, it was a perfect system. I love the little discs. It's the only console, portable console, that used discs. So crazy. I love it. And the Vita's great too, but doesn't have... Whoa, I just realized I could totally do that. Just hacked my way to making that easier. Ah! See? If I wasn't jumping there, I totally would have died several times. Yes! But no, PSP had lots of great games too. Lots and lots. Aiden says also Gen 5 was kind of underrated. It just doesn't get a lot of love. You're talking about Gen 5 Pokemon? Is that what Black and White are? Gen 5? I always forget the numbers of all the generations. So Ruby is Gen 3. Diamond Pearl is Gen 4. Yeah, then I guess Black and White would be Gen 5. But would Black and White 2 be Gen 6? No, X and Y are Gen 6, right? And then Sun and Moon are Gen 7. That's right. And Gen 8 is whatever's coming to Switch in 2019. Got it. Okay. I figured it out now. Did I beat his challenges? No, I might have to talk to him to finish his challenges. Oh, we're actually way over time here. Ha! Oops. Well, hey, at least we finished that level. Just gonna finish up these last chats here, and then we're gonna have to call it a night. Aiden says, man, this DLC is intense. Yeah, I think that it was definitely for people who enjoyed the game, but thought it was too easy. And I think if you're in that boat, you're like, hey, 3D platformers are cool, but this one was too easy, then this DLC's for you. I really enjoyed these platforming challenges. The boss fights weren't quite as enjoyable, but the platforming ones were really cool. Okay, folks. Thank you so much for watching. As a reminder, please like the live video or the not live video as you're watching it later. That helps me out a lot. Please follow and subscribe to me on both Twitch and YouTube. I'm a small streamer, so I can use all the support that I can get. Look for me on Friday. I'm planning to stream for Game Over Jesse on his channel. And if he's already busy on his channel, then I guess I will be streaming on my channel. Maybe. I guess we'll see. Friday at the earliest, otherwise Saturday and Sunday. Planning to resume my normal weekend streams. Going to be doing my first stream of my playthrough of Super Metroid. So that'll be great. And I think my third playthrough, or third part of my Earthbound playthrough. So thanks for coming, guys, and I will catch you later. See ya.